Guys, I just want to show you how to use Waitrose as a great source to get ideas for high protein food. If you missed my ChatGTP video, this is the end of it, so check that out. But I'll show you Waitrose for gaining ideas on high protein food, right? So the great thing about technology and online ordering now is it opens a database and obviously people have to keyword items, okay? So effectively, this is just Waitrose.com website, works with Sainsbury's, Tesco, wherever you shop. This game opens your mind to a few ideas uh, because Waitrose have a bit more selection. So all I'm going to type in is protein. Now, what you'd think would come up would just be meat, like chicken, beef, right? But actually, everything's now tagged. And the great thing about the industry now pushing high for protein food is that anything with a slight bit of well, it's actually a negative. So anything with a slight bit of protein, people are trying to tag it as protein because it generally sells at a premium, right? So example for that would be these protein-packed lentil cakes, what effectively is a carb. So per 100 grams, I'm getting a bit distracted here. I'll just tell you why you've got to be careful with this, with the word protein tagged onto things. So per 100 grams, carbohydrates 64 gram and protein 20, right? So effectively 65% carbs, protein 21. It's not high protein. That's the danger of people like these brands tagging protein on things. But in general, so I'm about to show you what's kind of good. So these protein yogurts are great. You get them all over the place now, even on grab and go places. 20 grams of protein. So I'll just quickly show you the nutrition on these as well. So I think how much are they? 180 grams. So let's say the 200. So carbs are only 12, effectively 11 or something for the whole pot. 10 grams of sugar or 8 and 20 grams of protein per pot. So it's pretty good. Okay. Anyway, point is it allows you to open up your mind. And when you get, say, a 180 to 230 gram protein target a day, and you look at 3 eggs, chicken for lunch, chicken for dinner, you're only at like 80, right? You've still got 100 grams to go, whatever. What can be difficult and daunting to people, and they think, oh, it's too hard. So, in theory, this would patch it up nicely. Protein shakes patch it up nicely. Obviously, you can buy, better ones and decent ones. These are great on the go. Takes 2 seconds to eat. They're actually decent to eat for dessert. It helps that sweet tooth craving. So then next line we go into eggs, what we all pretty much know. Chicken sausages are great. Again, high protein, low fat. Uh, People do generally bodybuilders when you're talking extremes of high protein, they snack on stuff like this, or it's decent. Same with cold meats. Again, this is probably a line of what I highlighted at the start. Don't fall into the trap of protein flapjacks, protein granolas. It's like there'll always be maximum 20% protein and a lot of carbs. So be careful. Just pay a bit more attention to like Weetabix protein, right? Like, yes, 50% more protein, but there's only 3 grams in it anyway. Uh, there's stuff like these, the porridge pots, again, same principle, but we're starting to open up, biltong. You thought, oh, well, actually, you know, I can eat that as a snack. Tuna, the little, actually, John West have just re-released the like little flavored tuna tubs. I think there's like 25 grams of protein in them, and like the basil flavored or lemon or jalapeno, are actually really nice just to eat alone. On the extreme level, I'd never tried to end up there, but like if you're desperate, if you know what I mean. Again, we go through it. Be careful with this stuff, but it's great awareness. It also obviously helps if you're eating your carbs through this as well. You still can get into that, having the extra protein, double protein. So it does still help, but I'm just saying don't focus on thinking everything's protein because you're going to ramp up carbs. Uh, yeah, so like I say, all these it's interesting that we've put in protein. We expect meat to come up, and it hasn't yet. So it's just starting now. Obviously, it's bringing in the fishes. It's because these are high keyword tag protein because it's buzzword. Breast fillets. These are pre-cooked. Again, a great option if you're really desperate. I'd try not like to get to that point, but they are available. Again, starting to get into the meats, the yogurts. So it basically is a great snapshot in short to you know, get to the point. Oh, I never thought of that. Never thought of that. Waitrose, egg and spinach, pre-made pots. You know, Tesco, everyone do these. Pret, they're on the high street. So it starts to open mind up a bit like that. Then obviously another option you can do shopping wise is go to somewhere like Muscle Food. Muscle Food's basically like it started as the original kind of bodybuilder fitness one-stop shop for meat. It's like an online wholesaler. But again, it's great to get ideas. So you've obviously got the usuals, the meat. They do their own prep as well. So like here's an example of high protein sandwich or meal they do. Again, that's not what I'm trying to show you. It's a separate business of theirs. You get all sorts of high protein desserts, high protein pancakes. You know, these things help, but I'm honestly I'm more in the boat of I'd rather you eat a good pancake, what you enjoy, or a good something you enjoy, rather than eating a crappy pancake or tastes like crap just to get an extra 3 grams of protein, 4 or 5 grams of protein. You know, it's best to get elsewhere. One little trick we use at my restaurant is sorry, I'll just quickly show you this before I tell you that. You've got your jerkies, you've got your high protein cookies, high protein bars, and stuff like that. So, again, these are just starting to show you elements of what you can do to increase protein for people that are struggling. You've got like these pork puffs and stuff that have been around a while. We used to sell those, but it didn't really sell. Okay, so one thing we do at Simple is effectively create our own of those high protein pots I showed you at Waitrose. So what you do is effectively just get a yogurt serving of like Greek yogurt. Add a so what you do is just get your Greek yogurt. You take your 200 grams or whatever you're gonna have as a portion. And the great thing about protein companies now is that if you go to protein, pure whey protein, when I started taking protein when I was 13 years old, it was unflavored whey. And it was, if you weren't sick drinking it, you did well. It was disgusting. And now look at all the flavors: blonde chocolate, cinnamon praline, cinnamon siri, banana, berries, chocolate, tiramisu, chocolate mint, chocolate orange, orange pasta. Anyway, point is you get the protein powder, you stir it into the yogurt. So effectively you've got the 20 grams of protein from the yogurt plus the 30, 25, whatever's in per serving of this. This adds flavor to the yogurt. So like if it was chocolate orange, the strong flavors work best. Chocolate orange, something like mint. We actually use tiramisu now. Yeah, they sell it there, or coffee. The strong flavors like the mint and the oranges pick up the flavor more so than the strawberries and basic chocolate. And you stir it in, and you effectively got a 50-gram pot of protein or 40-gram pot of protein that's added a bit of flavor and a bit of dessert. You can also do this to porridge. And on the extreme scale, what I haven't actually fully tested, so I won't mention it yet, is you can do jelly with the ISO clear whey using a Hartley's sachet. But I'm actually testing this at the restaurant at the minute to see if I can get it to work. So that's a great way to use online shopping to be able to open your eyes a bit to protein. The traditional, what we always used to do, or I even used to do with clients, was take them shopping down a Waitrose or M&S and just say, look, if you plan and think about it, you can eat very well for the, in a high protein diet. So try it. Let me know what you think. And obviously, you don't have to do Waitrose. I'm only just using the more expensive ones because they generally have more options. And again, type protein. And you've got all sorts again, similar. So again, like I'm in the boat of try not to make your meals worse to gain 2 or 3 grams of protein. It has to be a good win. it's best to try and get your protein elsewhere instead of eating like protein bread. Try the protein bread owners in Australia. It was honestly the worst thing. You have to be on a very strong cut of like no carbs or whatever to eat these things. But everything's got its place. Sorry. Also, you've got stuff like this protein spread. These like again, look. I teach people to read nutritional labels in our course, but like these things are. This is what I was saying before. Don't fall into the trap of thinking it's high protein. It's 20% protein, right? It's 35 grams of fat and 40 grams of carbs. So it's all, you don't think it's good for you, if you know what I mean. But on the flip side, if you want to build it into your diet, like it says, it's good. 86% less sugar, and it's good. So if you have to replace it, like I say, everything has a place at the right time. Okay. So try that and let me know what you think or if it helps, if you know what I mean.